Hey boys, it's HarmNone. Today we're going to be going over what to buy and what to avoid this week in Grand Theft Auto Online, and we actually have a pretty good week on our hands. Starting off, we have a brand new vehicle in the game. This is the Gallivanter Baller STD. It is an Amani Tech capable SUV that's actually pretty quick. If you want to know a little bit more about it, I should have a customization and review out on my channel right now, so if you want to learn a little bit more about it, go check that out for sure. But anyway guys, let's go ahead and start talking about what to buy and what to avoid this week, as well as how to make some money, and that's where we're going to start. We have a lot going on this week as far as bonus money goes, guys. To start things off, we have 5 times money on taxi work. To do this, you simply just go over to the downtown cab company on the map right over here, and you can register with them and start making some money like that. Now with the 5 times money on it, it's like okay to do. If you're a lower level, I'd say this is probably your best bet for the remainder of the week. As far as, you know, trying to earn some money, it's actually pretty decent once you've done your first 10 fares, and then after that you'll be making about probably 10 grand a fare, which you can make a couple hundred grand an hour potentially once you've done 10, because they are pretty quick, and you know, 10 grand a fare, not too terrible, honestly. Now, if you're a little bit more established in GTA, or you're looking to get an acid lab this week, we have Fooligan jobs, which you need to unlock the equipment upgrade for the acid lab. Those are going to be double money and double RP, which means I believe they're going to be paying either 50 grand or 100 grand this week, which is pretty insane. So not too bad. We also have the first dose and the last dose missions that you use to unlock the acid lab, and then further get the Ocelot Virtue for free. Those are going to be double money and double RP for the remainder of the week as well. And we also have double money and double RP on the Power Play Adversary mode this week as well, which is a pretty fun one, and it's definitely something that I would recommend doing if you're lower level, as maybe an alternative to doing the taxi work. And last but not least, we finally have double money on something, and it is on the acid lab this week, as you may have thought, because of all the drug wars related content that is on double money and double RP this week. So yeah, we have double money on acid lab sale missions. So if you have an acid lab, make sure you are selling it this week as much as you possibly can. And if you don't have an acid lab, make sure you do the missions that are double money and double RP to get it. And then obviously when you get it, you can earn double money with it as well. So pretty good week, honestly, for earning money. And with this new car in the game, that is just an added bonus, of course. Now next up, we got to talk about the vehicles that are available this week within the dealerships, as well as what's on the podium and what is the prize ride this week. We're going to go ahead and start off with some of the discounts that you can find on the websites right now, and we're going to start off on Legendary Motorsport under the two-door section. And in here you'll find the Annis 300R as well as the Overflawed Entity MT. Both of these are discounted by 30% off. The Annis 300R is a pretty good vehicle. It is a two-door sports car that is rear-wheel drive, and it has Imani Tech capabilities. So you can put a missile lock-on jammer on this thing. You can also put the armor plating on it as well. It's a pretty decent little vehicle. It's got a nice amount of customization, I would say. It's good looking. It is based off the new Nissan 400Z, so it's a pretty cool vehicle, and I would say that I do recommend it while it's on sale. Now, the Overflowed Entity MT is an interesting one. I would recommend it if you're on next gen, or current gen, I should say, with the HSW upgrades available, because this thing does have HSW capabilities. However, if you're on last gen, it's not that great of a vehicle, unfortunately, because it does model exactly after the Entity XXR, which has engine resistance. If you don't know what engine resistance is, basically it just makes a car a lot slower than it should be. It makes the shift points a lot later than they should be, therefore nerfing the acceleration as well as the top speed. Now, it does handle pretty well, I would say. It's good looking, it's got some nice customization. Unfortunately, it's just a little bit too slow for what it should be in the supercars category. So just keep that in mind. It's still a good car, but with HSW, it's definitely a lot better, and that is the variant of it that I would say to go for, is the, you know, HSW variant of the Entity MT. Other than that, you can probably skip it. Now, heading over to Warstock Cash and Carry, we have the Taxi as well as the Brigade 6x6 that the Acid Lab goes inside. Both of these vehicles are not to buy this week, guys. Do not buy either of them. You do not need the taxi to do the taxi work. You also do not need to buy the Brigade 6x6 on Warstock Cash and Carry. If you have not done the first dose missions, this thing will cost about just under $1.5 million, but with the sale, it'll be a little bit less. It'll be a little closer to like $1 million. But mark my words, unless you've done the first 6 first dose missions, you will still not be able to get the acid lab inside of it, and you're going to have to do them anyways. So do the missions first. It'll unlock the trade price for it, and then you purchase it at the freak shop once you've done the missions. Do not ever buy it on Warstock Cash and Carry. I made this mistake. You can't skip out on doing the first dose missions, as annoying as that is. So make sure that you just do the first dose missions, then buy it at the freak shop. And completely skip the taxi, guys. Don't even worry about it. Alright guys, over here at the casino, the podium vehicle for the week is the Albany Brigham, which is a relatively new vehicle. We got this with the DLC in the summer. Released around Halloween. It is a hearse. It also has a lot of customization that is directly influenced from Ghostbusters, which is pretty cool. So if you can win this week, I would definitely try to, for sure. Within the LS car meet, the prize ride for the week is the Vapid Caracara 4x4. It looks really funny sitting up here on top of the Vapid Slam truck. And in order to win this thing, you're going to have to place top 5 for only 2 days in a row. So it's super easy challenge if you can find the races to actually do it. And you're just going to have to participate in LS Car Meet Series races, which is pretty easy. Definitely try to win the Vapid Caracara. It's an awesome vehicle. As far as the vehicles that are available to be bought in the LS Car Meet, regularly we have just regular traffic in here. We got the Dinka Double T right here, which I do believe it is removed. We also have the Cheval Fugitive as well as the Bravado Buffalo, but you can steal both of these off the street. I think you might actually have to buy the Double T if you want it. So yeah, keep that in mind, but honestly, yeah, you can just stay away from the car meet this week. These vehicles are not that good. Over at Simeon's dealership, we have some interesting stuff going on. So we've got the DeClassy Lifeguard in here, which is a Warstock vehicle for the first time ever that you can purchase in a dealership, I believe. So this is quite odd, but it is here if you want it, not discounted or anything. We also have the Ocelot Locust, which is a car that I highly recommend, and it is also a removed vehicle. So it goes for just over 1.6 mil. If you want it, I would definitely say to get it. It is one of the best handling cars that I've ever driven in GTA. It is a very, very awesome vehicle. Now, contrary to that, we have the DeClassy Vamos, which is one of the worst handling vehicles in the entire game. However, it is very quick in a straight line, and it is also a removed vehicle, I do believe. So check out the Vamos if you are interested. This thing is also discounted this week. It's 30% off, so an extra bonus if you do want to pick it up. Then, of course, we have the BF Crafter, which is one of the most awful vehicles in the entire game. It is 3-wheeled, as you can see. Has little to no customization, is just completely underwhelming in every sense of the word. This thing completely sucks. Please do not buy it. Don't waste your money. That's my recommendation. And then, of course, we have the Western Bagger, which is just like, what the hell are we even doing? So yeah, just I don't even know what to say about that one, to be honest. And last but not least, at the Luxury Autos dealership, we have the brand new Gallivanter Baller STD, as well as the Vapid Dominator GT. Now, I did forget to mention right at the start, this thing actually has bullet resistant windows, which is pretty cool. So if you do want this thing, I would say to pick it up. On top of the Amani Tech, bullet resistant windows, pretty awesome. Within the Chop Shop this week, guys, these are the vehicles that are available to be stolen. Now, for the Overflawed Tyrant, you're going to have to do the Podium Robbery. For the Lampinetti Komoda, you're going to have to do the Duggan Robbery. And for the Vapid Caracara 4x4, you need to do the McTony Robbery. These vehicles are, I don't know, pretty good. The Komoda is good, and the Caracara are good. The Tyrant is god-awful, but who cares? You're going to be selling it, and it's the most worth it. So definitely steal that one this week for sure. All right, guys, and last but not least, we of course have to talk about the time trials going on this week in online. So your RC Bandito time trial for today is Construction Site 1. Your Junk Energy time trial is Sewer System. Your regular time trial is Fort Zancudo. And your HSW time trial is Pacific Bluffs, which starts right here at the Quartz Building, and it ends over here by Mount Gordeau at the Lighthouse right about here. So anyways, make sure you're doing your time trials this week. That has been it for what to buy and what to avoid this week in Grand Theft Auto Online, guys. If you enjoyed the video, if you learned something, a like is of course appreciated. If not, dislike, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, and I will see you all in the next video. Until then, take care. Peace.